when the beatniks were social lions. Whatever happened to the beat generation? The question wouldn't mean much in Detroit or Salt Lake City, perhaps, but here in San Francisco, it brings back a lot of memories. As recently as 1960, San Francisco was the capital of the beat generation, and the corner of Grant and Columbus in the section known as North Beach was the crossroads of the beat world. It was a good time to be in San Francisco. Anybody with half a talent could wander around North Beach and pass himself off as a comer in the new era. I know, because I was doing it. And so was a fellow we'll have to call Willard, the hulking, bearded son of a Jersey minister. It was time for breaking loose from the old codes, for digging new sounds and new ideas, and for doing everything possible to unnerve the establishment. Since then, things have died down. The beatnik is no longer a social lion in San Francisco, but a social leper, as a matter of fact. It looked for a while as if they had all left. But the city was recently startled by a rent strike in North Beach, and it turned out, lo and behold, the strikers were beatniks. The local papers, which once played beat generation stories as if the foundations of the system were crumbling before their very eyes, seized on the rent strike with a strange affection, like a man encountering an old friend who owes him money, but whom he is glad to see anyway. The rent strike lasted only about 2 days, but it got people talking again about the beat generation and its sudden demise from the American scene, or at least from the San Francisco scene, because it is still very extant in New York. But in New York, it goes by a completely different name, and all the humor has gone out of it. One of the most surprising things about the rent strike was the fact that so few people in San Francisco had any idea what the beat generation was. An interviewer from a radio station went into the streets, seeking controversy on the return of the beatniks, but he drew a blank. People remember the term, but not much more. But the beat generation was very real in its day, and has a definite place in our history. There is a mountain of material explaining the sociological aspects of the thing, but most of it is dated and irrelevant. What remains are the people who were involved. Most of them are still around, looking back with humor and affection on the uproar they caused, and drifting by a variety of routes towards debt, parenthood, and middle age. My involvement was tangential at best, but Willard was in there at the axis of things, and in retrospect he stands out as one of the great beatniks of his time. Certainly San Francisco has a good cause to remember him. His one and only encounter with the forces of law and order provided him one of the wildest beat generation stories of the era.
Long live the beats.
Long live the beats. Bring on the freaks. Bring on the beats. Bring back.
Nice blue.
And the freaks.
Blue and green, #1 colors. Mother Earth, baby. Madre Mundo. Thompson, a real man of the earth. Stick it to the man. Freedom. Freedom is what counts. Here at the Thompson Society and on Mother Earth. Let your light shine. Wear that gold dress. Come on down to Venice Beach. Be your best.